Good morning, everybody. Okay, we've been having a little bit of an issue. We can get paid programs in and we can get things that have captions in, but for some reason, we cannot view them or preview them and see the captions all the time. Sometimes we see them, sometimes we don't, but then when they go out on the air, they're fine. So it's kind of strange. We've tried to figure out a way where we can make it so that we can see the captions all the time, and I think I figured it out. So I'm going to do the process start to finish in this new way. Rather than doing an MXF file, we're going to do a QuickTime file. And then we also have this server called Vantage that allows us to transcode those files and keep the captions and convert them to the right format that we need. And then we'll test it and see what happens. All right. So first off, let's go ahead. This is our script. We're going to do a Broadacres marketplace. So I'm going to copy this script because this is exactly what the voiceover did. And let's go ahead and open up MacCaption. And we will, well, we probably shouldn't paste it in there. Let's go ahead and paste this script into a text file. Okay, everything likes to open up on the right side window. I don't know why. Okay, let's save this. Actually, let's just go up to date modified, call it that. Make sure it doesn't have .mov on the end of it. And here we go. All right, so we have that file. Close that, and I will grab this, drop it right here. And it's saying, okay, do you want to import it? These are all the settings that I used before, so we're going to keep them. All right, now, just to make sure we measure everything and put it in the right place, let's put this here. And you notice our captions are coming up right over the graphics here. So we don't want that. So I'm going to make my vertical about 10. Let's go to 11. I'm probably going to have to adjust graphics later on. But for right now, I'll leave it like this. The reason being is because you can see that it covers right there. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I just want to make sure these play. But in the future, I'm going to save some space here for some captions. Okay, so that's good. Let's just go ahead and time them out.
Broadacres Marketplace, el mercado al aire libre más grande en Las Vegas, te invita a la pachanga más grande de los viernes por la noche.
Let's start. This needs to be 15.
Broadacres Marketplace, el mercado al aire libre más grande en Las Vegas, te invita a la pachanga más grande de los viernes por la noche. Y este viernes 4 de marzo tiramos la casa por la ventana con Delirio Norteño para una noche norteña. Delirio Norteño y Conjunto Innovador de Chihuahua. Ahorra comprando en más de 1,100 puestos este y todos los viernes. Entrada solo $1.50 de 4 a 11 p.m. Disfruta también de una preparada bien rica. Noche norteña este viernes por la noche en Broadacres, en la esquina de North Las Vegas Boulevard y Pecos, en North Las Vegas.
Okay, we got some errors here. Let's see. The errors here are illegal characters. It's probably the enye. Yeah, for some reason, it doesn't like it that way. Don't know why. So we're just going to replace them with ours. Okay, no more errors. All right, so now what we're going to do, before I would do an MXF file, and I would pre-create the MXF file in Adobe Media Encoder, and then I would embed this. And then by doing that, I could just drag that MXF file over to the Omneon server, and it would play out, and it would be perfect, and everything was fine. But we couldn't preview it, and that was where the issue was. So now I'm going to create one that I believe will be able to preview. So what I will do is I will export this as a Sonic Scenerist file right here. DVD file, Scenerist, SCC. And we have the name. We'll just hit save. Okay. And it's done. It takes literally seconds. So now I'm going to compress this file using compressor. Compress this video using compressor. So let's move this out of the way, and we'll put compressor back over here. Okay, compressor is up. All right, I'm going to take this, drop it in here. And I have a default that's H.264 to Dropbox, and I'm going to explain my settings for this. I have it running at 14 megabits per second, 1920 by 1080, no watermark, nothing on there. I'm going to increase this to 18. I could go higher, I just don't want to. Okay, so these are all set to go. Now, if I click here, I can come up here and I can choose a caption file to embed into the compressed file. And I'm going to choose this one. Okay. And then I'm going to set this to go to my spot transfers. Now what's happening is the Vantage server, which I'll show you in a minute, is automatically watching the spot transfers file. And so whenever it sees something go in there, it waits until it stops moving or stops increasing in file size for about 2 minutes. And then once it hits that, it will automatically grab it and encode it and throw it into the Omneon server for us. So the advantage of this is that I can take files that come from anyone, and I don't have to go through and do the processing. I just drop it into the spot transfers folder, rename it, and the Vantage server just takes it and does it on its own. So we're going to call this CC Test 2. Okay. And we have everything here all aligned and ready to go, and this is all ready to go, and I'm going to start the batch and we'll let it rip. Now while that's going, I'm going to start up the Vantage server so you can see what it's doing as well. Okay, here's the Vantage server. It always comes up like this. It's like I started up a new account every single time. This failed because it was incomplete. So it's no big deal. It will restart in a minute. This was one I was testing a while ago, and I stopped the encode. So let's go back here to compressor and just see what it's doing. Okay, that's done. Now let's check out Vantage. Ah, it failed again. Let's restart it. Okay, once it moves over there, I'm going to do a test. And this will be interesting. All right. I'm going to close this. Well, let's leave this open for just a bit. Actually, let's close Vantage and open up a different one. Now it's going to try to pull it again, so we'll open these two, and I'm going to test for captions on the file first by doing this. I'm going to grab it, drop it over here. It's going to say, hey, do you want to replace it? No, I want to keep both files. It's going to create a number 2. That's good. Let's go ahead and quit this completely. No, quit. All right. And then over here, let's close this. Make a new file. All right, here's our CC Test 2, and here's how we check for captions. It's importing. Did it do it? Did it do it? Yes, there are captions there. All right, so now I'm going to check and see if the captions are actually visible on the test. All right. Okay, here's the test. I'm going to type in CC Test 2 and review it, and we should see captions come up on this monitor and this monitor. There we go. These are our 708 captions right here, and these are 608 captions. So we got it. So it's working. All right. And that's the test, and that's how we're going to do it from now on. Okay, here's the test. I'm going to type in CC test 2 and review it, and we should see captions come up on this monitor and this monitor. There we go. These are our 708 captions right here, and these are 608 captions. So we got it. So it's working. All right. And that's the test, and that's how we're going to do it from now on.